Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game. Welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon, where we're gonna do the bad ending for Fritz and Varg, and they're probably gonna die for us. As is, you know, these boys want to do for me. Because I don't fall in love with them enough. So this is gonna probably be painful and end me, but let's get this show on the road, shall we? We'll start by punishing these guys who have families, and we're taking this very personally today. They are not good men. They must be punished. How dare they think they can get away with it? Fritz. Yes. Make sure they pay for what they did. Ugh. I may not be good, but I would never harm another person. There are consequences to harming others. Fritz. Princess, I can't. They will survive. Poor Fritz. Fritz and I leave the men behind in the alleyway. Okay. I wasn't expecting you to ask that those men be punished. They will heal. What if the woman in the shop didn't want revenge? I look at him quizzically. Why wouldn't she? What if she would have preferred that you show them mercy? They deserved what they got. Mercy? After what they did to an innocent woman? There is no reason they should be left off without any punishment. He has something he wants to say. Like, you really should have shown mercy back there. I did in another timeline, man. I truly did. Alright. This time I'm gonna change the topic. Never mind. It is not important. Ugh. I am sure you have your reasons. You can share them when and if you want to. Thank you, Princess. And that's that, then. Oh. What's this about? King laughs. Did you know that when the best baker in Angielle was offered a job in the palace, she turned it down? I am slightly startled when Fritz starts talking beside me. She did? Why? The royal gardener wouldn't let her graze her cows on the palace grounds. What? The best baker in Angielle only bakes with the butter she makes from her own cow's milk. She wasn't allowed to bring her cows with her, so she refused the job. I don't believe you. It's true. I heard it from the head chef at the palace. So you distracted her instead of them bonding over family. Interesting. Family woes. Now I'm gonna snub Laura. Mom, I'm sorry. I am too old for dolls. I've never seen this doll before. Princess, I know how much you treasure your dolls. I've heard you talk to them before. How? Sometimes you don't close your door. Caught out. Well, dag nabbit. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. You can only imagine how hurt I was when you said you'd never seen me before. What are you doing here? Besides being a pest. Okay, we're gonna stomp out of here soon. Alright, well, Waltz, you'll be happier because I'm gonna actually stop for you this time instead of ignoring you. Princess, are you alright? It's been so long. You're not hurt, are you? He takes my arm gently. Come on, it's not safe for you to be outside. Let's head back inside. I dig my heels into the ground and shrug off his hand. I refuse to go back. Why? There was no point in my return. Things would have been easier if Delora had never found me in the first place. She come inside. I am not going back there. Why not? There's no point. I have been perfectly safe in a different place. And then Delora's the problem. I went a little bit better. That punch always sounds so squishy. My goodness. Alright. Hey Varg, it's good to see you again for however long. Now I'm gonna move. My first response is to back up the way I'd come. Varg takes a single step forward. I freeze in place, holding Delora tightly. The speed he moves at is unbelievable. One moment he's at the front door, the next he's only a few meters away.
What do we have here?
But just as he starts to come closer, my luck changes. Suddenly the clouds move. An almost unnaturally black shadow falls over me. Please, please. There's nothing here. Nothing. Go away. He stands there, unmoving, for what feels like a lifetime. But eventually, he turns away. I watch as he walks back to the Leverton home, slipping around the side and disappearing from sight. Interesting. Huh. Varg!
Why, if it isn't the Crown Princess herself. I thought I saw you back there. Thought it was a trick of the light at first. Why would a good little princess be out at this time of night? Good thing I trusted my instincts enough to come back.
Yes, very, very impressive, monsieur. He wouldn't have seen me if I hadn't moved. Probably not, but that was another lifetime. Okay, this time we're not going to share with Fritz. I understand. I won't ask. I'm too overwhelmed to speak, but I manage a small nod against his shoulder. Sorry, man. I just don't love you enough. And now I'm scared of you, Varg. Almost unconsciously, I take a step back from Varg. My back hits the wall behind me.
Are you afraid of me, princess? I see you're a smart, sheltered princess, aren't you? You should be afraid of me.
What happened? Varg moves forward, so close I can nearly feel his breath on my neck. What is he doing? He is far too close.
I like that look on your face, princess. It suits you perfectly.
Uh-huh.
And here I thought you were just a scared little girl. Do you have a backbone after all?
Mm-hmm. I'm full of surprises, man. Take my word for it. Oh, having hot chocolate with Delora. Oh, and this time I'm gonna believe him, aren't I? Yes. Yes, I'm gonna believe him. Use me for their own gain. The Marchen is filled with nothing but base criminals, princess. You see the way they treat you. They tear you down to make themselves feel superior. They do not care for you. They do not wish to help you. But I thought I could... If they truly did, why would they have cursed you? There is no good reason for them to keep you from your birthright. Such a thing can never be well-meaning. I do not know. You sounded more doubtful when I told you to believe him. I was right not to trust you. You're all the same. I turned to leave. Okay, this time I'm gonna defend Fritz, which is probably just gonna lead to anger. Fritz is not a dog.
Really now? How much do you know about your precious knight?
I try to say something, but nothing comes out. It is true that I do not know much about him at all. Oh, this is terrible.
You know nothing about him, so stop pretending you do.
Shut down. If it does, perhaps you are more similar to Fritz than you think. Didn't say that with as much conviction as last time. Okay, another chapter. Okay, everything else is going as before. Oh, Rod, Emmeline, this is breaking my heart. I'm not going to help you this time. I'm going to move out of Varg's way. Oh, I'm moving to help them. Well, that's the same thing. That's not really a choice. I move without realizing, putting myself in between Varg and the two siblings.
Lucette?
No! Emmeline reaches out to pull me back, but I dodge her grip and turn back to Varg with a glare. Is this the mission?
How very unladylike of you to eavesdrop.
What are you going to do to them?
It's none of your business, Princess. And why do you even care?
Why do I care? Because I know this is not some order Fritz would take. Varg hesitates, giving Rod time to act. Smash! But you were very brave back there. Thank you for what you did. I did not do anything. Yes, you did. And it was very good of you to do it when you have no reason to help us. I'm suddenly uncomfortable with Emmeline. Varg comes back, and once again I move instinctively to shield Rod and Emmeline with my body. Varg looks at me, his eyes glittering with amusement.
When did you become so brave, Princess?
I keep my eyes fixed on him as I speak to Rod and Emmeline. Go. But... Oh, that was Rod. Really, Rod stood up for me this time. Go.
But...
Go now.
Come on.
And the Adiuva comes back. I think I doubted him last time. Right? Yeah, I did. I did doubt him last time. Okay, I'm gonna let him help me. Fritz, I do not know how to explain. He slowly moves toward me again.
Start from the beginning.
Fritz carefully slides his hand over mine. I can trust him, right? Fritz, you're cursed. You're a witch. You're a wizard, Fritz.
Princess, you've been worrying about me. There is no reason for you to be concerned about me. Neither of us have actually seen this curse in action.
You are cursed with a separate, cruel personality. It's one that's been scaring me, and last night, you were going to kill Rod and Emmeline. His gaze is a confused muddle of worry and doubt. You don't believe me.
I do not doubt you, Princess. I am just confused. How could I not know about the existence of an alternate personality? Or about a curse inflicted on me?
You were supposed to believe me. How could you not? Why do you think I would lie about this? Last night I thought Varg was going to kill me, and I used that word you taught me because I felt I was in danger.
What?
I said it and he stopped, and I thought that maybe it was you who heard me say that word. The words become tar in my throat, choking me. I trusted you. Fritz's eyes are dark as he drops his gaze to look solemnly at the floor. And now? Now I do not know if I am meant to. Silence descends upon my room. Oof. Wow, that went terribly, but he still hugged you. My goodness. And now I'm going to eagerly jump to help dear Mother come back from the dead. Mother can be brought back? How is this possible? The Queen has been sleeping to heal the injuries inflicted upon her during the Great War. It is a fabricated death. Had I not been there, your mother may have truly been dead. But now the time has come for her to wake. But you are the only one that can open her eyes. How can I do this? My princess, you are heir to more than just the kingdom of Angielle. Oh, okay, we're back to regular stuff. I have spent all these years wishing for Mother to return. Mother was the only person I could trust, the only one that has ever truly loved me. and now I can bring her back. I've made my decision. Again. Can you promise me that Sir Alcaster's plans will not succeed? My princess, Sir Alcaster must be punished for what he forced Fritz to become, and for everything he has made you do. Swear to me that you will ensure the safety of the royal family. Very well, I swear. And just like that, the air in the room becomes cold. So cold I actually feel my body becoming icy. I feel something like dread in the pit of my stomach, but ignore it. This is what Mother would want me to do. Mother, I've missed you so much. I willingly raise my hands to the Tenebrarum. I place my hands over my mother's face, effectively framing it. Her expression is gentle, even in her unnatural sleep. She will be so proud of me. Wow, that played out so differently. I'm glad I'm skipping. Ugh, the scene will forever hurt my heart as I remember that he took off his mask just for her. And now we're not going to press him, we're going to leave it. Of course you can't. You wouldn't tell me even if you could.
Princess.
The kiss again. And just like that, everything played out the same. Still got that kiss. And now, remove his curse. And he just laughs at me. Oh, princess, do you really think it's just as simple as commanding me to do so? A caster cannot just take back their curse. Delora told me something like that before when I entered the Marchen. It's not as simple as you think, girl. Varg still saved me. We meet with Mother. She's still disappointed with me. This time I'm going to stay silent. They must be punished. Mother puts down her spoon. Must I remind you of how people will seek to use you? How they will abuse your trust and your position in order to take from you? What other reason could those people have had for cursing you? Yes, Mom. Okay, I still didn't kill the bird. Oh, Garland. You're probably still gonna die. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to be here. What if someone discovers you? What if Mother finds you?
No need to be so angry, Princess.
I stare at Jurian in response. They do not understand what will happen if Mother sees them.
You haven't changed a bit since you left.
Jurian shakes her head. The disappointment in her voice is blatant. Jurian. I want to explain, but doing so would take so much time. They will not understand how dangerous Mother is in person unless they have seen her. There's no point saying anything. Alright. Let's do this again. Break my heart a little bit. I'm gonna reason with my mom. It's not gonna work at all. Mother, please. Is this how I am to be repaid? I take a step back as her voice echoes around the tunnels. Her voice is rising unnaturally, consuming the sound of the tunnels, much like her magic is. I have given my everything to you, all of my love. Has that meant nothing to you, dearest one? You would choose these people, these traitors, over your own mother? My heart aches. It would be so easy to just do as she says and obey, but everything has gone wrong since I brought Mother back. This is not what I wanted. This isn't right. Mother's love isn't what love should be. I don't think she's still realizing that. And he's gone again. This time I don't say anything.
Princess?
That didn't change too much. Delora, can you tell me what happened? Lucette! I cannot bring myself to tell her what happened. I'm so ashamed. Was Hilda responsible for this? Just hearing Mother's name makes me flinch. I thought so. I told Garland we should go back. This is all my fault. Well, she still owned up to it. Even if it took a lot of cajoling. And explosions. Okay, this time I'm gonna run with Waltz. See how this plays out. But I can barely protect myself. Perhaps I would just get in their way. I do not resist as Waltz pulls me out of the marchen. Even as we set foot outside of the marchen, I turn back. I cannot just leave them there. This is wrong. I can't just leave Delora and Karma there. Not when I can do something. I dig my heels on the ground, bringing Waltz to an abrupt stop. We have to go back.
Princess, we can't.
Karma's hurt. We just need to get Varg's cane. Then we can stop him.
We can't put you in harm's way again. You need to get away from here.
I rip my hand away from his grasp as I reach out to the marchen door. I can distract Varg and create an opening.
No, I will distract Varg.
Waltz does not give me any chance to protest as he throws open the marchen door. But
we have to do this quick.
And we're back.
Not so fast. Over here, you dog!
Whoa! The force sends me down to the ground and the smoke in the air has me gasping for air. What just happened? Karma is once more collapsed on the floor. I see Waltz struggling toward him through the debris from the blast. Delora has dropped to one knee. Her face is pale and blood trickles from the side of her mouth. The only one still standing is Varg. How does Varg have such power? I really hate that damn stick. Me too. Varg looks at me and raises an eyebrow.
So are you going to be a good girl and come along quietly? Or am I going to have to convince you by killing them?
He twirls his cane, a smirk on his face.
If I use this again, I might end up destroying this building.
No more death. I cannot let that happen.
I'm not a patient man, Princess.
So it has come to this. I don't have a choice. Delora is looking at me desperately as I rise, but I ignore her piercing gaze. Don't be stupid, Lucette! I gotta go. Okay, this time I'm gonna look in the dining hall, which doesn't make a lot of sense. It would be easy to hide a box like Neverland among the things in the dining hall. I guess. There is no one in the dining hall when I enter. No one eats here anymore. Not since Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline left. It looks empty without them. I drag my eyes away from the large dining table. Where do I even begin to look for Neverland? Maybe I should start with where the cutlery is kept. But after almost half an hour of searching, I still have not located the box. I have gone through every drawer and cupboard here, but I haven't found anything remotely close to looking like Neverland. I should look somewhere else. If Mother took Neverland, it would make sense that she'd want to keep it in sight. So we end up here anyway. I slip into the throne room, thankful that it is empty. Where should I begin? Looking for this, dearest one. Mother? I look in the direction of the throne, and Mother is standing there, holding a familiar object in her hands. I was wondering, because you came back very soon after we had come here. That's Neverland. So it is. When do I get the box from her? I need to get it from her, but how? I won't let you break that traitor's curse. There is no way I can take it from her. Now be a good girl and come back to me. Run! I quickly bolt in the opposite direction. I need to get away from her. I did not get far. I crash into an invisible wall just before I can get to the door. Well, doy. Do you really think you can easily get away from me, child? No. I quickly move my way over to Neverland and snatch it off the ground before any harm can come to it. Fritz pulls me back just as Dolores' spell begins to cackle? Cackle? It's cackling behind me? Okay, so I got the box, so that's good. So we're still gonna get Fritz the Big. Oh, Varg still refused to hurt me, even though I picked all the wrong options. Dolores still died, unfortunately. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Not me, because I fell in love with him. Though I tried my best to convince him that I need everyone outside distracting Mother, Waltz insists on coming with me instead. Oh, so that's what changed. Are we gonna have Waltz and Varg fighting over me? Waltz really should be helping everyone distract Mother. Though I admit that I am glad he's here with me.
He's not in his room. Where are we looking for the king next?
The throne room. He should be there. He was always in the throne room whenever Mother left the palace. Oh, he's not here.
Looks like he isn't here either. Is there anywhere else he could be?
If I was Mother and I had to leave the palace to deal with enemies and I had something I wanted kept safe, I would keep it in a secret chamber somewhere no one would suspect, and that would be the tunnels. Let us go. We're almost there. Thankfully, the door to the Tenebaron chamber comes into view as we turn the last corner. I push the doors open and look inside. The king sits on a chair, his eyes devoid of any emotion. He's here.
Is this what he's been like?
Ever since Mother returned.
His eyes are so empty.
Do you know how to break the enchantment on him? Waltz leans forward to inspect the king's face.
This is a high-level magic cast by Lady Hildair herself. This is not something I can break, unfortunately. It's something that the king will have to break out of on his own. Well, would you look at what the cat dragged in?
Varg. I look closely at Varg and notice that his usual cockiness and mirth are gone, replaced with something that looks like melancholy. He looks like he is in pain.
You shouldn't have come here.
He stares at us blankly. Waltz moves to stand in front of me, barring me from Varg and the king.
If I had my way, I wouldn't hurt her. But that's not how this works. What are you talking about?
Varg turns his gaze on me and does not look away as he speaks.
I am the big bad wolf. I was made to devour Little Red Riding Hood here, not fall for her.
Varg loves me? Varg laughs, but it is a dry, humorless laugh.
You look surprised. Is it really so hard to believe that I have the ability to love someone?
Waltz's voice is quiet when he addresses me. He keeps his eyes trained on Varg.
Get the king and get out. I'll be right behind you.
No, I am not leaving you.
No one is leaving anybody anywhere.
I cannot fully see Varg's eyes, yet I can still see the resignation in them.
I have orders to keep you here. Strict orders. The queen wants to see her daughter after she's done with your friends. As for her wayward apprentice, well, I was told you could be dead or alive. If you think I'm letting Lucette stay, your opinion doesn't really matter. I'm sorry about this, princess.
I'm suddenly shoved to one side. I land heavily on the floor, my head thudding hard against the wall behind me.
Lucette!
Waltz turns toward me, but before he can move, he is blown back, past Varg and the king. He crashes to the wall on the opposite side of the chamber. Waltz! The element of surprise is so delightful. Mithras? What did you do? I glance once more at Waltz, but he is not moving. I struggle to my feet.
You're not going anywhere.
Before I can track his movements, Varg is already at my back. He pulls my arms behind me so fast I have no way of resisting him. I can do nothing but watch as Mithras advances on Waltz.
Stop fighting, princess.
I can feel his warm breath brush my ear as I fidget.
I don't want to hurt you.
You already have. I turn my attention away from Varg and glance back at Mithros, who is still slowly walking toward Waltz, his expression tight with anger. You were always the favorite, always the precious little student. And then you betrayed her. For what? Our queen would have given you the world, yet you took our trust and threw it into the mud. But let me enlighten you. You are not needed anymore, Waltz. I cannot let this happen. Adiuva! Varg's grip on me tightens. I can hear the disappointment in his voice when he speaks.
It won't work this time, Princess.
My heart plunges to my stomach.
After you and the fairy left, what do you think the queen did?
What are you talking about?
She wasn't pleased with your little knight's disobedience. And at that point, well, it didn't take much.
What did she do to Fritz?
A little push. Just like that, and Fritz just disappeared. Gone.
Gone? I repeat the word hollowly, letting it sink into my mind and my heart.
It's like he was never here. All you have now is me.
My knees give out and I sink to the floor. I can no longer feel Varg's grip on me. I can no longer feel the dirt beneath my knees. I'm losing everyone. I'm losing all of them, one by one. Why did I think I could help? Why did I think I could do this? This is all my fault. I crane my neck upward to stare at Mithros and Waltz. The queen has me now, Waltz, and I've been training. I am better, I am stronger, and I will deliver your head to my queen. I am paralyzed in Varg's arms, unable to move or speak as Mithros moves close enough to deliver a magical blow to Waltz. The room is suddenly filled with dust that spirals out from the center. I blink back tears as it stings my eyes. Even Waltz got killed? Oh, what? When it clears, Waltz is once more standing. He and Mithros are glaring at each other. Waltz! But the sight of Waltz, alive and defiant, is enough to shock my brain back into action. I must save the king. And once Mother is defeated, Fritz might come back. With renewed energy, I begin to once again struggle against Varg.
Hey!
I wrench myself to the side and have enough leverage to bite down on his hand.
Ah!
He yelps and drops his cane. Impudent girl. I look up to see Mithros already turned toward me with an outstretched hand. Light dances down his arm and collects on his fingertips. You need to learn obedience. Ah!
No, Mithros, don't! Lucette!
I cannot stand idly in place as I always do. I must move. But even as I lift my feet from the ground, I can see that the light is going to chase me, and it will come for me no matter how far I run.
Lucette!
At the very last minute, a shape moves in front of me, acting as a shield. I see Varg's back move moments before the spell pierces through his body and crumples him to the ground. Varg! His body collapses to the ground, his mask falling from his face. Why? Why did you save me? Oh. My love. My love. You're so bloody and scratched up. Goodbye.
Dance to the end.
Varg manages a weak laugh, then shakes his head.
Even though I was the one who was there with you, it was still him that you wanted. I loved you just as much, yet you would never choose me, would you? No, you wouldn't. Because this big bad wolf doesn't have a happily ever after to begin with. Fading away like this hurts less than having to come to terms with that.
I can hear the click of Mithras' shoes on the tile. His voice is filled with amusement. Even Waltz seems too shocked to move. I knew there was a reason for your sudden disobedience. I suppose I should have Gosh, I can't even speak. I'm like, my heart's shattering. I can't do it. I suppose I should have expected this. Dogs always love their mistresses. Varg reaches up to touch my cheek. He smiles as shadows creep up his body. Oh. And then he transformed. Moments later, it is Fritz lying on the ground, smiling his gentle smile. Oops. Ah. Then he closes his eyes and does not open them. Not moving, not breathing. Gone. Time stops as my mind whirls. I feel my heart slowly beginning to break into shards. Oh yeah, I'm right there with you, Lucette. This is all my fault. The end. Bad end. Oh. Ow. Black Lupin. That's my howl of grief for poor Varg. He loved you so much, and this is how we repaid him. I'm sorry, Varg. We spent too much time with Waltz, and he insisted on coming with us. That butt, he just couldn't wait for his own route. Okay, well that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this with me. I hope you enjoyed all of this. I'm gonna go and cry in a corner now, I think. And when I'm done that, we'll go and move along to Never Forget Me for the final route in that. Hugh's route. So, if you're interested in seeing that, guys, I hope I'll see you over there. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.